But yeah, we're back here. We're live, two of us in the same room again. We're going to be talking about episodes 15 and 16 this episode.
Yeah, just when you thought it would get shittier.
Yeah,
we're going to do 2 episodes.
We decided
twice the shit.
We decided
2 times the fun.
Yeah, we decided to double up the shit.
Yeah. we thought 1 episode wasn't shitty enough.
Yeah, well, we needed 2. And the reasoning for that is because season 6 is coming out like November 16, I think.
Shit.
Right? I think I looked it up. You might have to double check that. I don't know if you want to or not. But I think it's 16.
Don't do shit.
Yeah, I know. But we but we timed it out that if like we do the 2 episodes this one time and then we go back to 1 episode per week the next couple weeks, then we'll time it basically perfectly to where like once we're done with the last episode of this season, then like the next season basically starts up like immediately, like next week. So and then we can finally be on fucking track on like the same, be up to date essentially. So that's the reason why we're doing it, and then we're gonna go back.
I can barely contain my fucking excitement.
I know, I can hear it in your voice.
Fuck.
I can see your pee-pee.
What am I gonna...
I can see your pee-pee getting really hard.
What am I gonna... Like, how am I gonna survive until November 16th?
Who knows? I'm about to go into a cryo chamber. But yeah, so that's basically what's happening. And we're like, yep, we're gonna do that.
Cool.
So that's the reason why we're doing 2 and
yeah.
2 this today.
And oh boy.
And also another reason too, like a side reason, is because
oh boy, is it that?
Yeah, and then like there's always 1 per season for some stupid reason. So, like we gotta have 1 musical per season, and everyone dancing for no reason at all.
Which is odd because this episode could. It's almost as if it's a backdoor pilot to a show called The Pussycats.
Yeah, it's basically like, hey. We're going to do a spin-off of something called Pussycats.
And I totally did not steal that from the Entertainment Weekly little article I'm reading right now.
Of course. But yeah, so it's basically just... This episode is basically just like a musical. Almost really nothing happens that like pertains to actually the season. And then the next episode actually something happens. But yeah, so this one... Yeah, it's called the Pussycat Dolls and the Pussies or some shit. And,
No. Wrong.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that's what I remember looking at last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, they're like, this whole episode's like, hey, remember the Pussycat Dolls from like season 2?
Yeah.
Episode 10 or whatever?
They're back.
They're back.
We had to pay them more money, but they were finally returned.
Yeah. So they're fucking all returned from outer space.
So they're all adults. One has a fucking book that Tyler Perry wants to turn into a movie.
Right.
And blah, 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 blah.
Basically.
And then Josie's like apparently super fucking famous now.
Right.
Platinum record selling.
She's like Justin Bieber somehow. And you're like, alright. And then...
Did you seriously just compare her to Justin Bieber?
No, I mean like, she's famous as Justin Bieber. Right? She's like an actual like fucking celebrity for some reason.
Yeah.
And then they... so they're all like, yeah, we're back in town or whatever the fuck. She's back in town. And then her 2 friends are doing some, that book deal bullshit thing.
Yeah, and then immediately when she returns to Riverdale, they bust out into a song.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
They're like, did you forget that this is a musical?
Yeah, we did not.
Time
to remind you.
Let's remind you every 10 seconds.
And then it goes from her singing in the chocolate shop, her in Riverdale High, which this is at nighttime, so it's closed, so it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then she's in a hotel room, so she obviously is able to teleport.
Oh, is that the one where you're actually singing in all the places in Riverdale?
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
The only sensible explanation is that she can teleport.
Yeah. It's like, wait, someone just gave you a key, you can go on the street
Yeah,
now?
so in the last place she's singing is her hotel room, and then there's a knock on the door, and it's the fucking employee from the hotel and Hiram Lodge, and
Yeah.
Josie calls Hiram a little bitch, and it was honestly a pretty funny moment in the show.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But like, she does that like 8 times. She's just like, "You're a fucking bitch, little whiny ass little motherfucking."
Yeah, you're
Suck
a
my
bitch,
huge
bitch,
cock.
bitch.
She's like, "Get in here and suck my dildo," and he almost fucking does it.
Yeah, he almost does. He almost does.
Which also like,
except he was sucking his own dick.
yeah. Except, so is he living in just a hotel then?
Yeah.
I thought he was living in his fucking mansion ass house or whatever.
Oh,
Why is he in a hotel?
Pembroke? No, Veronica lives there.
Yeah, he doesn't live there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Okay, I guess that's just something I missed completely.
No, it's not just you. I think they just didn't explain it at all.
And then, oh, what else was I gonna say? Let's say something funny. Cause they like, God. Oh yeah, it's like, so you know how like in musicals you're like, wait, are they actually singing in real life, or is it just like
Lip sync.
No, but is it just like, are people actually singing, or is it just like, or is it just like, so we know that they're singing for us, but is it in the universe they're just talking normally, and it's not singing? You know what I mean? Like, do they actually recognize that it's?
Actually, you know what? That is a fucking good question.
I've always wondered that in musicals, and I'm like,
proud to say I don't have an answer.
yeah. I've always wondered that in musicals, and I'm like, do they know singing's happening, or is just everyone's just fine with just bursting on singing? But
Also,
in this episode, it seems like everyone knows that everyone's just singing, because there's so many references. Because like Hiram was like, "Hey, you're singing," and then there's like other parts later on where they're like, they actually know that they're singing and doing all this shit. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's the first time in a musical that I've seen people fully call out that they're actually singing in a musical.
And then, so she shows up at her old high school.
Yeah.
And why the fuck she would do that, I have no idea.
And by the way, anyone can just pop in this fucking high school.
Yeah,
There's no like.
There's no security.
Yeah.
No. When, at a school where there were gang members showing up and attacking people, so you think there'd be security, but no. No.
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course not.
We're literally 2 weeks ago. Yeah, there's a prison
break.
attack.
Yeah. And then she ends up teaching a music class, but it's really just a sing along and.
Right.
Whatever.
For some reason, she's like,
it didn't look like a music class. It just looked like them singing as if they're in some sort of musical.
Yeah. For some reason, this is like classic Riverdale, where the principal's like, "Yeah, it's fine. You can come in and do you have any singing? Do you have any like teaching credentials?" And no. They're like, "Yeah, you can come in and sing and be a teacher for a music class because we don't have one." Fuck.
Yeah.
As of right now, so and then I think doesn't Archie pop in at that moment?
Yeah, and then he tells her to go to the fucking White Worm or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. The fucking.
And then she goes.
Bon Nuit, but new name.
Yeah, and then she goes down there and she fucking roasts everyone at the fucking table, which was hilarious.
I was like, holy shit.
It was like after she was done, I just looked at this and I'm like, fuck, they got wrapped hard.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
She's like, hey, you. Like, oh, you're like that one time you fucking gave me a beating heart as a present. And that other time when you cheated on so-and-so, and that other time you fucking, fucking whoever died, you're like, holy shit. You're like, alright, I guess that did happen, but I was like,
Archie,
7...
You showing up with your shirt off is just fucking stupid. She didn't say that? Oh, that's just how I feel about it.
No, wasn't she like, Archie, you like fucking were running around with, wasn't it the Red Hood? Right, and he had like a band of just him and a bunch of other dudes. Just up in Red Hoods. I remember that.
Fucking no.
So at the same time, it is valid, but also at the same time, it's like, wait, this happened like 7 years ago?
Oh, and apparently, so this show has some pretty interesting names. And like she's, apparently Josie's been featuring on Entertainment Tomorrow and Vanity Fair. It's as if they were trying to avoid copyright.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Because I was gonna say we noticed that when we were doing a quick review.
Yeah.
That like all the names are just like almost
like
the name.
One
just,
letter
like,
change.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of.
Or they add one letter. Yeah.
What was it? My blueberries or something, whatever it was. Instead of blackberry.
Yeah.
my boogaloo baby.
Oh, and then she runs into Sweet Pea and she fucks him.
Oh yeah, like literally right outside of the fucking. No, she doesn't fuck him outside, but.
Literally and sexually.
She goes to like the, like outside of the, like right outside the fucking.
Yeah.
Bar, and then he's just having to pop right out in time with his motorcycle. And they're like, alright, and I guess they had a thing before they left too, I can't remember. And then they just like go home and have sex.
But then she meets up with the rest of the Pussycats.
Oh yeah, she forgot to do that.
And she talks to them about joining her on one song for their album.
Right.
And then, but then not before they roast her.
Yeah.
And then they go up, and obviously they have to sing something.
They're just like, you're not black enough.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
She's like, you're not black enough.
When did they say that?
You didn't fucking loot the fucking school, or...
No. No, we're not doing this.
For the protest.
No, we're not doing this. I'm not getting canceled because of you.
I thought that was the whole point of doing this. Oh wait, no, that was my whole reason.
Why are you fucking serious? I'm like, wait, they actually say something like that?
No.
Okay.
That was so stupid. It would be on brand.
No. No.
God, no, don't they... No, yeah, because... She's like she's talking to them, she's like, oh yeah, you guys should join our, whatever it is, not band. Yeah, no, she says she wants to join them on the album. On the album, right?
Yeah.
But then she goes, but you guys, are you guys still even like active? Are you guys still even like sung or whatever? And then they go, yeah, a little, and then they all go up and like have to do like 2 songs to like prove their point. It's like, what? You could have just said, yeah, we do. And that would have saved like 2 minutes. No, that would have saved like 5 minutes of just singing for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, and then her mom shows up.
Oh yeah.
And then we find out that her dad actually passed away.
Right.
It's very sad. And it explains why she vanished.
Right. No, she vanishes before. Because her dad is the one that is like, hey, you're gonna be a star, kid. And then she's like, alright. And then she becomes famous. But then as she's doing like a concert thing, like in the middle, like in the break of it, her mom phones her and is like, hey, your dad's dead. And
like,
she's like, what?
You couldn't wait. Like, this couldn't have waited like until after her gig was done. Like,
yeah, you fucking literally could have waited like after. So she has to like, I can't remember if she performs or if she just quits right there before the thing.
I don't know.
But basically, she's just like, ah, fuck it. She's like, what the fuck? And then she disappears, and then I guess that happened recently because she disappears then, and then she's like, she was in Riverdale after that, right? Yeah. Because of her dad dying.
And then the rest of the Pussycats come around, and they end up doing like some tribute concert,
right?
To save Riverdale, and Archie's like, if this doesn't work, nothing will.
Yeah. He's like, if this doesn't save Riverdale, I don't know what will. And you're like, what? Like literally anything.
Literally anything.
Like money.
Money.
I think it needs money.
I don't give a shit if you need to rob a bank.
Yeah. I think it needs about $1 to $2 billion.
Yeah.
But no, they're like, we're gonna hold a fucking concert in this fucking dingy ass shitty bar thing.
Yeah.
And then that's also when we got introduced to fucking another character that we were like, oh yeah, he's still alive, I guess.
Yeah, the Morgue guy. Apparently, he's a big Josie fan.
Yeah. Oh no, I guess he was shown because fucking Betty was talking to him, right?
Yeah.
Probably else. So yeah, I guess I'm wrong on that, but still. Yeah, so he's a big Josie Cat fan for some reason.
Yeah.
And then I think that ends, and then it goes. I think it goes to them. Basically, like there's a bus, and they're just like, all right, we're gonna go fucking And they somehow
Going
decked.
to her.
Yeah, they fucking somehow decked.
Because her dad's last wish was to have his ashes spread around his favorite places.
Right.
Yeah.
And then somehow they already have a bus fully decked out in Pussycat merch or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they... fuck what happens. They go... because it's like all three of them, right? And then they go like...
Sarah's funny. She's like, I don't care how hard you clean that place. If I hear a woman gave birth in the back of a diner, I'm never eating there ever again.
Oh yeah, I forgot that happened, right?
Yeah.
This fucking what's her name was pregnant.
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also like further like near the beginning too. Remember, like there's a whole side plot of Veronica is gonna help Tabitha because she wants to franchise.
Oh right, and then there's that brief song or version of Little Shop of Horrors where Tony just randomly shows up for the first time in like 5 episodes.
Yeah, Tony's in there. She's dancing, fully fucking like 9 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right. And then also, not only that, but the fucking investor that like Veronica is like, hey, do you want to like buy this thing?
Yeah.
Is fucking there too, and is dancing, and you're like, what?
And you know what? Apparently, the catalyst for getting that Alexander chick to invest in Pops was Tony having her baby in the fucking diner. Because it was right after. But she's like,
I thought it was before that.
I want to invest in Pops. Because she wanted to change the milkshake recipe, right?
Yeah.
So Tabitha turned her down. But then, Tony gave birth in the diner. And then Alexandra was like, we won't change the milkshake recipe.
Right. I saw a birth in this diner, which probably shouldn't ever happen. But I want to fucking join up now. Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck, like I forgot that was a thing that she gives birth in the bar. Like it cuts the performance short or whatever, right? And you're like, my water broke. Which also like. All those shows and stuff that do that, it's like, it's not true. Like, if your water breaks, you still have like hours until it's not like immediately like your water breaks and then all of a sudden the baby's like, oh, just gonna like pop out in any second.
Yeah.
Like you have enough time to fucking just get it before go to the hospital.
Tony decided to name her kid Tony.
Right. Wasn't it because it was her granddad or mom's name as well?
Probably.
So they all literally just name each other Tony?
Anyway, so she asks Valerie and Melody if they want to come on tour with her and help her spread her father's ashes.
Right.
And as Arthur says, a sentence that only works in Riverdale.
Yep.
And then before they leave, some random guy shows up and said,
right, because they're in the
I was
bus.
with your dad in New Orleans and he was mixed up in some voodoo shit and he was murdered. And I'm like, of course he was!
Yeah.
Again, another thing that makes me wonder if this actually is a backdoor pilot.
Yeah. No, because it's like, I just assumed that it was cancer. I thought it was cancer or some bullshit.
Yeah.
But then, they're just like, he might have been murdered. And you're like, God fucking damn it. Can't just a death be a fucking death and not just like, maybe possible foul play? Maybe they've all been murdered by fucking chipmunks. Maybe they've all been fucking murdered by midgets and turned into midget fucking smoothies.
Whoa. Okay.
Which powers the Mothmans.
Of course it is. You saying the Mothmen are fucking powered by the blood of midgets?
No, they're powered by midget smoothies.
Okay.
Prove me wrong. Look, this is Riverdale. That could happen.
Next.
You never know.
Next?
Next what?
This is the end of that episode.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, that's the end of the episode, and they fucking go away in the fucking bus, and then they're like, what was I gonna say? And then they're like, alright, see ya never. We're not ever gonna show these characters ever again until maybe two seasons later, when we fucking need them again for no reason. for a fucking filler episode.
Yeah. I think because this one is the next one. So
yeah. So now that was the end of episode 15. So now we're on to episode 16, an actual fucking episode.
Yeah. And this article is talking about the fact that it's like very disjointed. It's like each character dealing with something, and it's going from that character to the next character to the next character. Like,
yeah.
Archie's dealing with some shit, Jughead's dealing with separate shit, same with Cheryl, Veronica, whatever the fuck. Okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now an actual episode that has actual stuff that happens.
Yeah. And it's stuff that happens over the time jump, and so it's hard to actually like invest in it. Like, hey, we didn't actually know what happened. Maybe you should explain that.
I think it's Archie right here, right?
Yeah. And
He's
so
like
Archie's...
still being PTSD.
Yeah, and the General Taylor bullshit, and...
Oh yeah, because the whole thing, Archie's whole thing in this one is that the same corrupt general guy that was like in the school for some reason.
Yeah, Archie has this habit of going toe-to-toe with people much older than him.
Yeah, and just being like, you're in power? Alright, well fuck you.
Yeah. I have a shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm more powerful than you. And the guy's just like, what?
Yeah, so he, like, I think it was revealed that he's getting a Medal of Honor type service.
Yeah.
Even though he's like corrupt or whatever the fuck. And then he's like...
That made Archie squeeze his pee-pee.
Yeah, Archie got fucking mad. He's like, no! You can't get a medal!
Ew!
He fucking killed all the people and fucking lied to us or whatever the fuck. So that happens, and then, what else happens? Yeah, so that's his story, and then... Yeah, because I think it cuts to someone else, right?
Yeah.
In the article. I can't remember who was Betty or not. Or Jughead. I think it was Jughead? I don't know. What does it say on the thing?
Well, so the thing is, like, their mission was a suicide mission. And so Archie left his platoon to reach higher ground to call for help, and then when he returned, they were all dead except for Bingo,
Right.
who died before the choppers arrived, and Eric, who lost his leg. But apparently, the general had said to Eric if he killed the target, he'd get a promotion. And so, when Archie went to call for help, Eric left the unit unprotected, so he partially blames himself.
Right, yeah.
And he agrees to testify at this hearing to put the general away.
Yeah, it's revealed throughout the episode that, it's showing Archie in the actual trenches or whatever, and then he's like, gonna go out in no man's land to save this guy, and he's like, no, you can't, and then it turns out that his friend's guy is a sniper, too, I guess. He's like, I'm a sniper, and I was gonna, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill that guy because of his orders, but I left my platoon alone, so they all died.
He was gonna 360 no-scope the guy.
Yeah.
But then he decided to actually do something.
But then someone shot him in the foot, and then so he could only do a 180.
Yeah. We then moved to Veronica.
Right.
And Chad, who uses Skype. I don't give a shit where you are, okay? Skype died a long time ago.
Yeah. But in this universe, COVID didn't happen, I guess. So.
I guess not. I guess not.
Which I'm kind of
what a universe that would be, huh?
I'm kind of happy for that, because I feel like a lot of shows now, they just like have that. I understand.
All of the Doctor shows have it.
Yeah.
Good Doctor, Grey's Anatomy, New Amsterdam, the spin-off of Grey's Anatomy, Station 19, like, it's all has to do with COVID.
Well, that's because
I'm fucking sick of it, okay?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say, like, even, like, non-Doctor shows, I've seen some, and I'm like, come on, do you have to fucking put... It's a fake world, do you have to put fucking COVID in
Law
there?
and Order? Law and Order has it, too.
You watch a lot of... This is what I'm learning. This is what I've learned right now. You watch a lot of shows. Or you know... You like, do you actually watch all those?
I watch Law and Order and Station 19. I don't watch New Amsterdam or any of the other shows.
How do you know all those are in there?
My family watches them. They really like the Doctor shows, right? don't care much for.
You can't get enough of X person's gonna die. The same plot over and over again.
Yeah.
X person's gonna die. We have no time.
Yeah. So Veronica decides to steal her dad's stash of palladium.
Right. Yeah.
She breaks in.
She
melts the palladium into doubloons and sells them at an auction. Hiram crashes.
Yeah. So she doesn't melt them into doubloons.
Yeah, she does.
No, I guess coins, right?
Doubloons. Doubloons are the same as coins.
It's the same thing, I think, right?
Listen, it's Riverdale. It uses fucking archaic terms like doubloons.
It's just a fancy way of saying fucking coin, right?
Yeah. And you know what? In real life, if I hear someone use the phrase doubloons, I'm gonna punch them.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna doubloon your pants.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And so she has this auction to sell them, right. And like her father shows up and makes like his bid, and she just fucking ignores it.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
It's funny because she like does the auction in like the fucking just in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
Just her I forget what it's fucking called, Poshes and fucking pull-up diapers or something. And then she like does it in the middle of the store, and then they're going back and forth between this other guy, and somehow her dad found out about it and in the auction too, and then like goes to bid on it.
Yeah.
And then basically the last bid, and then he's like 300,000 or something, right? And then she's like, anyone else? And then she sold to the other guy, even though he was willing to pay more. Even though you could have got his money, paid him back, or
yeah,
he could have paid more money to get the money, the thing that he already had that she stole.
Yeah,
but she was just so petty that she like just took it anyway, or just sold it to that guy, which is funny as fuck.
Yeah, and so Chad tells her about his new company, Copter Cab.
Yeah, Copter Cab.
And which this article says, AKA Uber for the most privileged of the privileged. That's a good way of putting it. It's she sees an opportunity. She attends the party, and then suddenly Chad gets word that his stock is crashing because Veronica reported to the media that the head of a helicopter company was in a helicopter crash.
Yeah. So somehow... Yeah. Well, no, he's not head. He was like a secret investor.
Yeah, and Hiram was too. And so he lost out on all the investments.
Yeah.
So, because this company, after Veronica outed him in the media, just...
Yeah, I know.
Like, just fucking tanked.
I find it so funny that they're just like Copter Cab. Yeah, it's just literally just fucking.
Yeah.
Like what? Do you have like? I just imagine this car with the helicopter blades above it.
Yeah.
And just like flying people. But yeah, it's like for those people. And then she fucking just outs them, and she gets. Wait, that's the other one with the fake. She took the fake. Was it the fake like news journal company? I forgot the name of it, but it's something stupid. And then she was like, all right. And then all the stock investment just plummets because maybe it was gonna crash, I guess.
Jughead.
And then Hiram, I guess I can't remember if it's right after that scene, but Hiram finds out that like she stole the plate and gets super mad.
Yeah. And then the next one is Jughead, who's 7 days sober. And he starts his apology to her, which doesn't happen 7 days after you're sober. But that's just the kind of shit this show does. Makes no sense. Okay? So he goes to apologize to Betty, and Alice answers the door. And he clearly cannot read social cues because she's the best. He just walks away. Instead of being like, hey, what's wrong?
He's like, alright, you're good, I guess.
Yeah. He apologizes to Weatherby, who puts him on leave or whatever, and then he apologizes to Tabitha, and then asks about the manuscript that he wrote when he was on fucking shrooms.
Right. And then she's like, about that.
Yeah, about that, I gave it to your ex.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
What the fuck? Why the fuck would you do that?
She wanted to move on, and there was stuff in that script that was kind of sus.
Yeah. But no, wasn't her reasoning? I thought her reasoning was weird. She like, I would have said, oh, she drugged us, and like we were out of our mind,
I don't
and
know.
we took and gave it to her.
I don't know. And so, but
then she was basically just like, well, Betty gave it to her. It doesn't give a reasoning.
and so his, and then, so because his agent is desperate for a book.
Yeah, he keeps calling him.
So what does Jughead do? He takes the book this random chick gave him, and he says, "Oh yeah, this is mine."
Yeah, and like, I think it was like one of the very first episodes in the season.
Yeah.
Where it's like some chick gives him like a script, and it's like, "Oh, can you read this for me?" And then like, he goes in the bunker, and for some reason he has like a huge chest.
Yeah.
With like all this shit in it, and he's like. And it's like the girl's fucking script, and, like, and I'm like, I remember you and me are like, no, is he gonna fucking just do this and pass it off as his own? Like,
and then he also starts drinking again.
Yeah, because there's a fucking huge vast bottle of whiskey in his fucking trunk thing too. And I'm like, god damn, is he gonna fucking drink and shit as well? Yeah. After the historic 7 days of not drinking, or whatever it was. Oh man. And then,
so he finally apologizes to Betty, and she doesn't even notice he's drinking because she's too fucking concentrated on the serial killers.
Well, she's just
or fucking Lonely Highway. Or...
She's fucked up too. She's fucking stupid.
She's too obsessed with her own addiction to serial killers. It seems hunting down serial killers as a teen has messed up her life. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no shit. You mean the shit that happened in Riverdale the past 4 seasons?
This article is spot on.
When fucking
now she's more comfortable studying serial killers than she is socializing with normal people. This is good.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable reviewing shitty fucking Riverdale than I'm talking to normal people because no one would understand this.
Yeah. Yeah, you sat family dinner and you're like, hey, Mom and Dad, have you heard of the Gargoyle thing? And you're like, what the fuck is that? Well, hold on to your hats.
Never speak of that to us again, son.
Yeah. You say those 2 words again and we're good, so.
Yeah, it was...
Yeah.
Because it was funny in that scene, too, like, the one where, like, Betty... Like, I think they're texting each other over the phone. And it's like this weird scene. Remember that? And then like Betty's like putting on lipstick, and then she like smudges it on half her face for some reason.
For what?
Don't you remember that? Like Jughead and Betty are like talking over the phone on the they're texting or whatever, and then she's like applying like putting makeup lipstick on, and then she's like smudges it across her face.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then
and in that bunker one is the one where like Jughead gets a phone call from that guy.
Yeah.
And then he's like and then the guy's like, oh, this is a great story. We're gonna publish it or whatever. And then he's like, and then he finally gets like a conscience, and then he's like, no, this is fucking whatever her name is, fucking thing. And then the guy's like, oh, and you're plagiarizing the boot.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh fuck. And then the guy's like, hey, well, I gotta drop you as a client. And then he's like, oh fuck it, okay. And he's like, hey, I'll give you, I'll text you the number.
Yeah, like this article is also saying this is kind of fucked up. Like Betty's saying that she had to choose between Jughead and the trash bag killer task force.
Oh right.
She literally chose a killer over literally anyone else in her life.
Yeah.
That's
more important. It's more important, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was between the... Like, that's why she didn't show up in Halloween or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because of the... Yeah, she was hunting down the trash bag killer or whatever the fuck. Some stupid ass shit.
And, then Tabitha decides to join Betty on the Lonely Highway.
Right.
Hitchhiking and getting a fucking prostitute or whatever. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. She's like, you're gonna be a prostitute, well, I'm gonna be a prostitute too. And then she like comes out with a fur coat or whatever. Oh, I was gonna say too, with the, like after he gets off the phone call in the bunker, Jughead with that guy, with his guy.
Yeah.
right after he gets off, because he's in the middle talking to Betty, he turns around and Betty just fucking disappears. Betty's not there anymore.
Yeah, it's like she pulled a Batman.
Yeah, she pulled a Batman. And then Archie peeks his head around the corner.
And suddenly, Jughead found himself feeling like Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. No, and then it fucking cuts to no, it shows at the entrance of the bucket, it shows Archie's face. He just peeks around the corner. He's like, "That's my move. I'm Batman."
And he just has like a Halloween Batman mask. He's like, "Hey, that's my move."
He has that like shitty 1940.
No, he's just wearing jeans, no shirt, and a Batman mask.
No one will ever know who I am.
He's not even Batman. He's Archie, man. But with a Batman.
His abs, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cheryl. Best for last. So apparently,
stupid Cheryl plot.
Penelope says that Jason command no more singing in church.
Right. Yeah.
And so
her mom.
Kevin apparently.
Penelope's her mom.
Yeah. Kevin suggests that Cheryl upstage her mother by performing 3 miracles and thereby qualifying for sainthood.
Yeah, they have this fucking plot to fucking do miracles for some reason.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is how we're gonna make it so we can sing again. Or whatever. Even though they could just be like, actually, my dead brother wants us to sing.
And so these miracles are kind of weird.
Stupid as shit.
She turns water into maple syrup.
Yeah. You would think in a wine.
Bleed from wounds that look like the wounds on Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah. The first one's like, you think it. She goes. She has like that because you know the whole story of the water and the wine, Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so you're like, okay, well it's gonna be wine, and then she's like, maple syrup, and she pours it out of this fucking box. You know, like maple syrup.
And then for her final miracle, she dips her hands in honey and honeycomb, and she puts her hands into a swarm of bees.
Yep.
And they don't sting her because they're too busy eating the fucking honey.
Yeah. The fucking show producers were like, well, you can't do walking on water because that's fucking. You can't do turning fish into, or whatever, turning bread into fucking thousands of bread. Those do fucking bees for some reason.
Cheryl with honey in her wounded hands, which could get infected, I would imagine. She says, "Be gone from my temple, or I will smite thee, for I am Cheryl Blossom, Queen of the Bees."
Right, Queen of the Bees. Just because this one time I had bees. And then I think what's his name was like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" And she's like, "I didn't put anything on. It was just because the whole thing is she has like some. Oh, it's chat."
You gonna answer?
I'm just gonna stare at it.
Wow, you literally just didn't answer.
Well,
you know he's gonna call me out, right?
Just message me like, I'm fucking doing a thing. Or we'll just get her. But yeah, like she. Can't even answer. I'll just fucking be like.
Hello?
I
am. We're right in the middle of our Riverdale podcast. You're here?
You here?
No. Definitely not here. Not coming into the backyard right now. Saying hi to the cat.
You mean the aliens?
No, the cats.
The aliens?
Striped, and they have rings around their faces.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a cat if I ever
Very
saw one.
friendly.
Yeah, you mean the best cats.
Sounds kind of gay that you guys are just listening to Riverdale.
We're not listening.
We're not listening. We're fucking.
Oh, you're doing some stupid shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard a double voice.
Sitting in a room.
That is pretty
talking
gay.
about Riverdale, you know.
It is pretty gay.
Oh man, he hung up what a dick.
Oh, I wonder who it could be.
Oh
We got a
shit.
very special guest.
Well,
Chad from Riverdale.
Oh, and then the best line has been said. Cheryl says, "I'm not saying I'm the first ever living saint, but what if I am?"
Oh, I was gonna say, do they actually put the line in there?
I'll say it again.
Because that was the second best line, only after the other one.
I'm not saying I'm the first ever living saint, but what if I am? What?
Just because
What?
Just because I put hands at the bees one time.
Yeah, just because you put fucking honey on your hands and you fucking invite a swarm of bees to go on your hands, you think you're a fucking saint?
Yes.
Yeah. See, even Chad agrees.
That's how sainthood works.
That's how sainthood works.
Also, do you have the Funhouse flag as your main emblem or something?
Yep.
What a little chode you are.
I had that years ago.
Oh yeah, before it was cool?
Yeah, before it was cool. When I was a wee fetus.
Why would I play a shit game while listening to a shit podcast?
Because then we can...
if you want to listen to a real podcast...
You know what? These Entertainment Weekly recaps sum up how I feel about the show. It's either too boring or too crazy. There's no in between.
Or it's... I mean, if it's Entertainment Weekly, you know it has to be shit, so...
Yeah.
They're like, today, fucking Johnny Depp shitting in his toilet.
Today, I saw Bigfoot masturbating outside my window.
Holy shit. Real evidence of Bigfoot.
Isn't that what is that stupid magazine, basically, that you see always at checkout, but no one ever buys?
Like every single one of them?
Yes!
I don't think anyone's bought them since the 90s.
You nailed it, right on the...
Since the fucking internet's been invented.
What are you talking about, getting your crap news from your crack sources?
Go get my dope. But yeah, the fucking line is only second best.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as Betty's.
To the one that fucking Betty says for no reason. And she
I'm an American citizen. I have rights. You're not in America. You're in Riverdale.
She's saying it as she has someone tied up in a fucking school auto truck. This is the best show.
No. James, you now owe me your life.
Oh no.
You know, Chad, it's not a Coke. It's your life.
It's a
You're
Pepsi?
fucking dead.
Oh.
I mean, a Pepsi works too, but... or a Pog, or...
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Fuck.
And that's it for episode
Oh man,
16.
Guys, thank fucking God.
16 with a special guest. Chad for the last 5 minutes.
Now we can actually play good games and talk about good things.
Mostly talk about nothing that is in Riverdale.
Because I don't watch the show.
There's actually a character in Riverdale named Chad.
Yeah, and I'm suing. For defamation of character.
And he's actually just as gay as you.
What?
Whoa.
That's defamation of character right there. Because I'm super gay. What?
He gets fucking out alphaed by his girlfriend.
Sounds like a real Chad, not being the alpha, but having your girlfriend be the alpha. What are you, cringe not having an alpha girlfriend?
That's a real Sigma move. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about episode 17 next time.
Yeah, we need to still watch it.
Oh, thank God.
I think we've seen half of it though, right?
Have we?
I think so.
I don't even remember.
You don't remember? How do you not remember? You remember every single juicy fucking...
single part of the stupid episode?
Yeah, detail that happens in this episode? Because I do. And it's a gift. It's not a gift, it's a curse. I'm cursed.
To say. A gift.
I'm cursed to remember stupid shit.
Or like a gift. Wait, different thing.
Same thing. Alright. Well, thanks.
Tune in next time for learning about Pretty Loose Persona.
Yeah. Tune in next time. Maybe Chad might not be there again.
Good.
He might come in the last 2 minutes again. And,
that's what she said. Oh, grabs the ball and obsolete.
Look, me weak. Weak piece of shit. Alright, well thanks for watching.
Yeah.
See you guys.
We'll see you in a bit.
Wait,
We
you're
will
just
in a bit.
leaving in the middle of a match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like some